Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the Daily Scan for Monday, September 15th, 2014. Hope you all had a great weekend. Okay, Friday's announcements all pretty much in line. I don't see any reason to go and take a look at them. Try to put positive spins on even bad news, but the bad news wasn't really all that bad. Today we have a bunch of note settlements coming up, Empire State Manufacturing Survey, and industrial production, all before the market opens. Going to be kind of a busy week this week, especially Wednesday. A lot of stuff going on Wednesday and a lot of biggies coming on Thursday. So it should be a fun week. Just stay tuned. Who knows what's going to happen? All right. Looking across the ponds in Asia, we are, I would say, more bearish than bullish, although across the exchanges, some are up or some are down, but the bullish ones aren't quite as bullish as the bearish are bearish. What did I just say? I'm not trying. Anyway, Europe mostly bearish. And across the news front, just not seeing anything exciting. So why you don't need a fortune to retire happy? Well, I think I'm happy. I don't know. I mean, I just don't know any better. And the NFL sure is in the spotlight. Man, I just tell you, I would not want to be a football player and do something wrong. Let's see, $650,000 lunch. No wonder he's so rich. Okay, enough comment, I guess you might say. Anything else I want to look at here? No, I want to take a look at last week's results. Friday, I closed. What did I close Friday? I closed RUT on Friday, even though it was not going to expire until this week. I closed it on Friday because I was 2/3 of the way profitable. So I paid, let's look at it here. I think it's this one. Yes, it is. So I collected $1.20 on it, and I got out for 45 cents. So I'm happy with that. It's nearly 2/3 of the way to max profit. So I was, rather than hold over the weekend, you know me and weekends, I decided to get out. So this is up on the blog if you want to download it. So I think that's all I have to say about that. So we can get out of that. So we're doing pretty good. Last 3 weeks. I could count this week because I didn't lose money that week. Didn't trade that week, but but you know what? You know, August was a bad month. But my mom used to say, and I'm sure she's not the only one, but she used to say, if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. So if you can't take some drawdowns like this every once in a while, then you shouldn't be trading. So you can't let it affect you. Just it's a reason for reflection on, well, was it the market or was it the trader? And in August's case, for the most part, it was the trader. And that be me. All right. We're going to look at charts this way today because maybe we won't get a crash. Let's find out. A new release of Thinkorswim platform came out over the weekend. There's a new feature up here that I was playing with called Patterns. So you can go here and select patterns, and it will attempt to find candlestick patterns that meet these standard items. For instance, if you wanted to automatically throw in up or down channels or descending triangles or double bottoms or whatever, you can have it do that. Lazy way out, I guess you might say, but I was interested in this in flag because I know that I've been talking about flags, and I was wondering, well, how can it catch them? So I said, well, let's just add this over here. Let's take a look at the settings right quick. And default is the pattern length. You have to have at least 10 candles in a direction, either up or down, and then the flag would form. So you're looking for bullish and bearish directions. The trend can be a continuation or reversal, which really is you're saying bullish or bearish anyway. And the breakout would be complete or emerging or both. So that's pretty wide open. I'd like to change this though down to 5. And let's see here. And then sensitivity. I'm not exactly sure about this, but it's the lowest sensitivity, so it should find the maximum amount of flags. And then this is just options on how you want it to display. So if I say apply and then OK, I should be able to go back here and see if we have any flags. And now I say that this is a flag here because we have at least 5 up candles, and then we have a pullback, and then we have a continuation. What the heck are you doing here? You're not supposed to be in there. I don't have you turned on. I was messing with this yesterday. All I have is flag. I don't know what's going on here. But anyway, I was not able to get any flags to show up, so I will continue to play with it. Let me see here. I want to get rid of this thing. Oh boy, I can't get rid of it. I can't figure out how to get rid of it. Anyway, let's go back to current situation here. Just to let you know that there was that enhancement, and if you want to mess around with it, I guess you can. You probably got the email on it just like I did. So let's go to the futures here in the U.S. Looks like as though we're going to gap down again today. And gold is still well below 1250. Remember, we were talking about 1300 in the past. Now we're talking about 1250. Silver is at 1868. That's pretty low. Oil is still suppressed at 91.37. So it's actually down a tad overnight. So just to let you know right now, I'm not really holding anything. I have this insurance policy that I threw up here a while back, and if the market continues down, that will look like a very smart trade. We're not getting, let's take a look at the Greeks on it. We're not getting a whole heck of a lot of theta is $2.88. Are you kidding me? That's not what it said when I was looking at it. Let's go to the Analyze tab. We have a position, oops. We have a position on SPY out here. And, oh, does that have anything to do? I'm going to take this off of here. I was doing a lot of talking to myself here, so please forgive me. Of course, that's what these videos are anyway. I'm just talking to myself. Theta over here is 3 cents. This is very strange. I have to see if I can figure out why this is doing this. Is it because, is it the 1 to 100 is because it's 100 lot, I'm getting $2.88 in theta? Well, I just have to ask how that can be when the option is last traded was $6.77, and you're telling me I'm going to lose $2.88 today? If it doesn't do anything, it doesn't seem quite right. I have to check that out. I'm going to have to check that out. But that seems weird. Definitely weird. Delta's good, though, at 52, so we can tell that the spiders are right around 199. So they're actually at 198.61. All right. Let's just jump right over into our A+ list. We'll go back to our charts here and hope we just keep humming along without any crashes or interruptions. All right, let's get into our A+ list. I had a little recording problem. I had to chop off the whole. Actually, I was almost done doing the scan, and I've come to find out that I was on pause through the whole thing. So it was a waste of time. But anyway, I get to go through it now and rethink everything. So we're going to go put the charts up here this way and go through them like this rather than separate, jumping over to a separate screen, because maybe it won't crash on me. At least it didn't the first time I went through the list, so now we're going through it again. So for those of you wondering what time I actually do this, here is the time up here. It's 6:05 right now, Central Time, Eastern Time. So if you're wondering why I say some dumb things every once in a while, the reason why is because I get up so dang early, and one of the first things I do before I have a full cup of coffee is start this video. And then sometimes I do things like push the pause button and forget to unpause it and just keep talking. Oh well. Okay, so Apple here. We had this opportunity last week that we were looking at, but I didn't like this bar, so we took a pass on it. So we're waiting for it to come down now. I placed a new target out here. So we'll just give it a little bit more time. Amazon. Not sure what Amazon is doing here. We have the moving averages converging and flattening out and actually turning a little negative. So we might be in a trend, a change in the trend on Amazon. Boeing. I placed this out here on my last practice recording because we took a pass on this particular move right here just because it's new for us and we're trying to understand exactly what's going on here. We have a lower high and we're in on the 50, we're in a downtrend, so we're looking for a 20 delta trade next time it comes up here. And then BIDU. We're still good with BIDU. I have them down as a setup for a 50 delta. It was on our list last week, but we didn't get confirmation on the MACD, so it was on a list Friday. Didn't have a good day, but I would say if it moves up today and the market moves down, it's a good strong signal, and we'll get in with a 50 delta. Then on Chipotle. Chipotle, I think that we have started a new downtrend, so we're just going to like sit back a little bit and see if it'll come back up here and touch our entry for a 50 delta. Momentum still hanging in there below the zero line. A lot of chop here at the top. Chop at the top. A lot of topping patterns like I've mentioned before. Here's a topping pattern, a big move up for Costco. And the last 5 days we've been in a pullback. So this is really kind of nice, a nice setup for a 50 delta. We were well above the zero line on momentum, and if we get a little hook up here, that could be a nice trade. We'll just take a look at the Dow for fun. Actually, before I was looking at this bottom here, we have a double top. It's like picture perfect double top. If we get a pullback this week, this would be our support. And if we go below this, look out below, if you know what I mean. So I threw an alert up here. And this is at the 164.84 level on DJX. And gold, only looking at this to show that it's looking very, very weak. You can't trust gold to run contrary to the market because there's some really big players in there manipulating the price. So staying away from that until the chart tells me exactly what's going on. Google, they were on our list last week. We did not get confirmation on Friday on the MACD. Actually, we got a violation here of our rules, so it's no longer valid. I think we're actually going to be starting a new downtrend, so I threw a 50 delta target in up here for some time in the near future. LinkedIn, nice setup here on LinkedIn. We spent a couple of days here, almost a whole week or so, coming down. Our week stuff is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is right. This 4 days last week. We'll get this week will compress. This week line here will compress over, and we'll get a new candle over here. So we spent actually a tad more than a week pulling back here on the stochastic, and that's kind of nice. I like that. So now we're looking at a hookup on both the stochastic and the MACD, and we'll get in with a 50 delta. And we have more time for that. You know, we like to see it actually get below this 20, but if it doesn't, that's okay. I don't know why is it not showing up? Is there just too much data there? Is that why the stochastic information is not showing up here? Maybe I get too much data in there. Let's go here and take a look. Show title. I don't need the title there. 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 So maybe now we can see it. We got a bubble here, right? All right, show plot, show bubble. Now maybe we'll see it. Nope, still not seeing anything show up here. That's weird. Okay. Moving on. LinkedIn, we have our target NDX. And one of the good things about doing this video over again is I don't feel so much like yakking like I was before. So we'll probably get out early. Still have my alert here on NDX. This is still valid for a possible, I mean it's quite a stretch. I'm not going to write it down, but it would be a stretch for a 20 delta here. So I'm not going to write it down. We'll just continue to watch it here, and if this alert goes off, I might come over here and take a look. Netflix, a lot of consolidation here. And like Priceline, I don't understand why Netflix is so high up here, and why it's got a new high, and it's got higher highs, and I don't know. Are they making that much money? I guess they are. $1.15 a share, that's pretty good. So where's your dividend if you're making so much money? You should give some back to your stockholders. Well, I suppose those stockholders probably don't care. If you can afford to hold a lot of Netflix and Priceline, then you probably don't. You're in that range where you don't really care about dividends. You just care about owning companies. But anyway, we have a lot of consolidation going on here. Unlike some of these other tops, there's a fair amount of consolidation. We had immediate pullbacks until earnings. Climb, pullback, earnings. Climb, pullback, earnings. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, this is not a setup for a 50 delta, but I would consider a 20 on this. So I'm going to throw a 20 target in here. Just because it didn't quite didn't quite meet the qualifications for a 50. And I wouldn't mind going along for the ride on Netflix if it's going to continue up. Priceline, I think that we are in a downtrend on Priceline, so we're still patiently waiting for this move up to here. The Russell, which we just cashed out on that trade yesterday. See, I went through here. I know that I had deleted these drawings. I know I did. Anyway, I think we might be, I don't know what the heck's going on with the Russell. Would I take, this is a nice setup, I think, for a bear call. I might do that, because it was a bear call last week too, at 1190, so it was up here. And if I could do another one, I might do that. So I'm putting that into my 20 delta Russell. I don't know if it would be expiration this week or if it'll be next week. Let me take a look at that. I definitely want to be at this 190 or higher level. So I may have to go into next week. That would be my guess. SPX. We might be rolling over on SPX. We had an alert set in here last week, and it did not trigger. And then we have our insurance policy on the SPY. Not sure here. I might look at a 20 delta, so I'm going to throw the target in here for 20 delta, and we'll take a look at it today, see if it works out. Alright, last but not least is Visa. A lot of consolidation going on with Visa. Might be rolling over, so I'm throwing a 50 in here, at least for now. And I can always change that over to a 20 if need be. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.